With the partial lockdown still going on and working from home, the month of May gave me time to enjoy some great movies. A few of them have even become some of my favorites or just left a wonderful impression on me. My mom told me about the movie New York Stories, which is told in 3 short films directed by Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, and Woody Allen. Each story had its own topic and it had nothing to do with the others. Martin Scorsese told the story of a successful painter and the relationship he had with his assistant. And this one I enjoyed the most out of all of them. The second one was about a young girl with rich parents. This one was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Like in most Woody Allen movies, he also plays the main character. His short film was more on the comedic side, and I enjoyed it very much as well. I checked out one of Martin Scorsese's first movies, Mean Streets. Like a lot of his masterpieces, the movie was about the lives of mob members. I enjoyed this movie a lot and I really liked the story, but compared to some of Martin Scorsese's other masterpieces, such as Casino, Goodfellas, or The Wolf of Wall Street, it didn't quite live up to those, but all in all, I still enjoyed it very much. I've been wanting to see Get Out for quite a while now, and it finally came to Netflix in Switzerland. As I've said before, I'm not a big fan of the horror genre, but if the story is this great and so much effort gets put into each detail during the movie, I can't help but love it. I loved how the story kept unfolding itself and showed the meaning behind some of those awkward encounters. All the performances were great, especially those of Danielle Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield, both very underrated actors. Jordan Peele's debut movie was a huge success. On the first weekend of May, I decided to watch 2 Italian movies with my parents. We first watched Cinema Paradiso, which I've heard a lot of great things about, and man did I love it. Of course, any movie that plays in Italy has a special place in my heart, but what made it even greater was that it was about the love of cinema. It's about a young boy who loves movies and the projectionist at the local cinema based in a small Italian village. I loved every minute of it, and at the end of the movie I had a lot of memories of my trips to Italy going through my mind, and so I decided to sit down and write about those memories that I had. It was really cool to see how much this movie inspired me and now even became one of my favorite movies. I even added the movie poster to the piñata for my 20th birthday. My dad also recommended the Italian movie Bonnet e Tulipani, Bread and Tulips in English. I enjoyed seeing the Italian culture play into the movie and also just listening to the beautiful language, even if I only know a few words and had to read the subtitles. It definitely doesn't match up to Cinema Paradiso or Il Postino, but for anyone who wants to watch an Italian movie, I would still recommend to check out Bonnet e Tulipani. Other than Transformers, I haven't really seen any of Shia LaBeouf's work, and the trailer to the Peanut Butter Falcon looked cool, so I decided to watch that. I didn't know what to expect from it, but I really enjoyed it and thought it was hilarious, and yeah, just had some really good laughs in there. Also, the performance by Shia LaBeouf was great as well. Next, I decided to watch Manhattan by Woody Allen. This movie contained a lot of elements that are present in a lot of his other works, but that's not a complaint because I really like his style of filmmaking and I also like this movie. It contained a lot of witty jokes, and as in most of his works, he starred in the movie too. For Hustlers, I honestly didn't have high expectations, but I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It was good seeing Wall Street men getting ripped off, because in other movies you usually see those people taking money of others. So yeah, I really enjoyed the different perspective, and also Jennifer Lopez's performance was great, and yeah, proof that she's a dual threat, singing and acting. Then I watched Brie Larson's Oscar-winning performance in Room. The whole movie was very intense and serious. I really liked how the story was told, and I didn't expect for it to play out like that. What I'm basically saying is that in this movie, 2 stories were told. It's been a few years since I last watched my dad's favorite movie, So we rewatched Highlander. It's full of epic battles and memorable lines, and to make it even greater, songs by my favorite band Queen play throughout the entire movie. When I watched this movie as a kid, that was the first time when I noticed edits between cuts and scenes, because there are some really creative edits in it. I then watched Call Me By Your Name, and wow, did I love this movie. First off, I have to say it plays in Italy during the early 80s, so that already really got me excited. But the movie is so beautiful and is full of nostalgia as well. Although it portrays a homosexual relationship, I believe anyone who has ever been in love will understand the emotions played out on screen. It's about the experience of first love and the excitement that comes with it, the near impossibility of having to say goodbye to a loved one, and the eventual heartbreak that comes with that. All these feelings were presented so natural and realistically, and that causes you to think back to the days when you went through those unique moments yourself. The Great Escape is the first Steve McQueen movie I've seen, and I really enjoyed his performance. Other actors such as Charles Bronson and Richard Attenborough delivered great performances as well. The movie is based on a true story of Allied prisoners trying to escape a Nazi camp where they would need to sit out the rest of the war. Dear Ryan Johnson, I would like to apologize for all the things I said about you after I was disappointed with The Last Jedi. With Knives Out, you showed the world what an amazing writer and director you are, and how to pull off an unexpected plot twist. I also really enjoyed how the story was structured and kept on subverting our expectations. Knives Out will probably be the movie I'd watch with my kids to show them what a great crime mystery looks like. With this masterpiece, you have gained back my respect, and I'm really looking forward to the sequel. Best regards, Leon. For the last day of May, I rewatched The Grand Budapest Hotel. This is the movie that introduced me to Wes Anderson's unique style of filmmaking. The sets are always set up so that the shots look very symmetrical, and the use of color stands out immediately. A lot of jokes in the movie contain a dark humor which I enjoy very much. In my opinion, this movie is flawless and is one of my go-to movies when I don't know what to watch, and I can enjoy it no matter what mood I'm in. In the last month, I got to experience some amazing movies that I now consider some of my all-time favorite movies. 3 of them I would highly recommend checking out whenever y'all get the chance to. Cinema Paradiso I recommend for anyone who wants to see an Italian movie. Call Me By Your Name is great when wanting to feel a lot of nostalgia and remembering what it first felt like falling in love. And my third recommendation is Knives Out, which will keep you guessing basically the entire movie and will subvert your expectations. Also, let me know if y'all have seen any of these movies and how y'all like them. And I'll see y'all next month.